Look at that frosty ground. As you can see, there's still frost on the ground. The sun's coming up, so hopefully it'll get a bit warmer soon, but you can see where the mowers here's hit a few bricks. And if we look up here, oh, there's a citrus tree. Big peppercorn, another citrus tree, rhododendrons. You know, looks like someone's garden. And those bricks tell a story too, so, you know, more peppercorns. And down here I've got a pretty shallow 25, and it's my first hole for the day, so we'll see what we get. There is a lot of chatter in the ground and a lot of big signals that I don't know what they are, so they're too big to, you know, they're not coins, so, you know, there's a lot of noise. But this one's a nice sharp signal, so see what we start our day with. May just be a bottle cap, of course, but, and I think it may just be that. So there we go, bottle cap. Anyway, we've made a start, so hopefully the sun will pop up a bit more and we'll get a bit of warmth, because she's pretty fresh out today. So anyway, I'll keep poking around here and see if we can find anything. There is a few more spots up here I want to check, but it is long grass, most of it, so you know, it's going to be pretty wet on the old boots. So I may have to come back here on a better day when it's not so wet. Only problem is if you come in summer, then there's the snake factor. But anyway, we'll see how we go. This has been mowed, so you know, it's nice and short, so we can hopefully not get too saturated. But anyway, see what else we can find around here. Now, I have got my headphones on, but this is where this little coil really shines, because there is just things everywhere here, you know, just all sorts of bips and bops and numbers and signals and clips and plops and everything you could want. And then in here I did manage to locate that one. So some good 20 numbers just in the middle of all that chaos. So we'll see what the little coil has sniffed out for us. But I reckon with a bigger coil you wouldn't find this, because there's just so much other noise going on. Well, I think we're in our plug. And I think whatever it is has dropped out, because there's a bit of a impression there. And if we look down here, trying to get out of the sunlight, we can see something round and potentially halfpenny-ish shaped. So look at that, the beautiful morning sun has come up to give us some light here. 1942 kangaroo one. So anyway, in amongst all the chatter, we've picked out that, and I reckon with a bigger coil that would have been missed pretty easily. So even with the little coil there's a lot of chatter, so I reckon with the big coil, yes, you can cover more ground, but there's no point covering ground if you're missing everything. I'm a little bit skeptical this is going to be a bottle cap, but I've got a nice $24.25 sort of numbers here, so I'll go for a live dig and see what we get. I've just been digging bits of brass and all that sort of stuff, so I reckon that will be it, whatever that is. Yeah, don't know. Some sort of, don't know what it is, brass little platey thing. I don't think it's a squash tube or anything. So, I don't know. Tell you what, I'm a bit curious. I'll give it a clean up and see what we've got. It just looks a little bit interesting. So, we'll be back in a tick. That is quite interesting. I don't know what it's made out of. I must say aluminium, maybe silver, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to read all that on there, but I've made out a bit here. So in the middle there, you can just see the kangaroo's tail and the emu's feet there. So I've got the coat of arms, like you have on a coin, and loyal something up the top, loyal destiny, I don't know. And I can just see 19, and I don't know what the other side of it is, but 19 something. And underneath there we've got Commonwealth, looks like DURN something T. So I don't know what that is, but it's interesting, but I sadly think we may never be able to read all that. But anyway, it's got little, you know, a little loop there, so it's been fastened to something, but on the back there you can sort of see a bit of it, but so I don't know what that is, but it's interesting. Yeah, I've sort of moved location a little bit. I'm sort of in the car park area and got a 27, 28 here, a few bricks, gathering moss there, and some, well, I don't think they're actually daffodils, they're jonquils or something. Anyway, so, you know, there's been a few buildings around here, but I don't know what exactly, so I'll have to find out. But anyway, I'll see what this one is. 27, 28. Could just be a 2-cent piece, being those numbers, but it could be a penny too, so we're going to see. Don't know if I've got it out or not, but I think I have, so we'll see what it is. And there it is. And looking at the size of that, I'll just turn that pin pointer up. I reckon that'll be a 2-cent. And it is indeed. So the first one of the day. Anyway, it was a coin. And see what else is around. I had a 28 down here, and over this area I've just been digging. Well, that's an old gasket, copper gasket, and I've dug, you know, rivets and tyre valves and all that sort of stuff. So I think there was a shed of some workshop or something over here. So that's the stuff I've been digging. And 28 here, and we've got that one, which is some sort of brass handle, I'd say. So maybe off an old fire door or something. But anyway, it's a cool little piece. I thought it might have been a clock weight coming up, but I think that is a little brass handle. But anyway, it's a nice little piece of work, so it's actually hollow for some reason, but anyway, jolly good. We'll keep going. Now, 23 here, and I reckon we've got our first silver. Ah, don't tell me. I thought it was. I don't think it is. I think that's a 1 cent. So I counted my chickens before they hatched. Looked thinner than it was. So it's only 1 cent. Botheration. Anyway, I found a bit of a rubbish dump here, and I just pulled up a clock backy thing, and you know, the bottle diggers have been pulling all this bank down. There's a lot of old, where are we looking here? You know, the old pinched glass ones, John McGee. You know, there's just bits of old bottle everywhere, so it'd be interesting to find one, but there's been a lot of other people looking through here, I'd say. But you know, there's so many bits of old glass here. Old, what were they, ginger beer ones? Just dug up that alien looking thing. Not sure what that is, other than that looks like a get me the hand free. That looks like a tyre valve there. So don't know what that is. It's brass, I'm pretty sure, but almost looks sort of like a grease cap on the end there. So that's an interesting little thing. Don't know what it is really. Anyway, if you know what that is, you can drop a comment, but it's a solid chunk of brass. Had a nice signal here, you know, beautiful signal. And no one else has dug it, so I thought I'd dig it. And look at that, for the mother of all tar pilots. That is massive. We've all dug tar pilots, but that one, that's the king of all. Look at that big one. So, you know, obviously for a bigger rope, of course, but I've never found one that big. You know, that's, don't know what I can compare it to, but it's, you know, if I put it on my screen here, that is massive. So, hopefully there's not too many more of those around, but I nearly thought I was onto a coin there. Absolutely massive. So, see what else is found around here. But we are in a rubbish dump, so we are probably going to find rubbish. That's a bit inevitable, but thankfully we can discriminate a bit and only dig the more brassy bits and pieces out. So see how we go. Now, this area I'm in now, it's a bit hard with the grass. You can sort of see some banks running along here. All those trees are growing on them. And, well, it's really hard with this grass, but, you know, bumps and mounds and... So, this is an old Chinese garden, so, market garden. So, we're having a little look around, you know. I don't know that they used to camp out here, I'm not really sure. Maybe they did. But anyway, had some really bad, quiet sort of 14 to 18 sort of numbers here, and we've got it out. It's over here, so it's a pretty solid 16. Can this be a Chinese, sorry, got my finger right over the lens there. Can this be a Chinese coin? Can we be that lucky? Well, we're going to find out what it is. It's in this clod here, and I can see something there, so don't know what that is. That's probably going to be a button or a washer. I think it's a button, so you know, that's not a bad thing. So now we're going to lose it. I'll see if I can make advantage of this wet grass and get bit of the muck off it and see if there's any thing written on it. Not sure you're going to be able to see here, but you might be able to see Sandhurst around the bottom there, which is another name for Bendigo, and that says what was it, Ramade. So I'll have to look that one up, but it's a bit hard to read. But anyway, it's made in Bendigo. Ramage. So Never seen that one before, which, you know, doesn't surprise me, but anyway. So I'll look that one up and maybe put some details on the screen or in the wrap-up. So anyway, the button, so it's a good sign. We'll see what else we can find. Okay, 16 number there, and then another one here. And I've got two of these, which are little brass plates, and they can see little rivety things in them, so I can't see anything on it, but you know, they got rounded edges, so they're not just things. I reckon they was clamped one each side of a wood, so maybe they were a knife handle or something. You know, I don't know what the Chinese used in their gardens, but maybe a gardening knife of some sort. I don't know. Anyway, I'll clean them up at home and make sure there is nothing written on there, but I don't think there is. But anyway, they've obviously been riveted to something, and I found two of them, so anyway, they've certainly been down there a while, because they were down a fair way in really compact dirt. So anyway, we'll keep going, but I'm finding a few little old bits and pieces, so hopefully we might get onto something a bit better soon. Had a 17 under this tree here, and oh, a Chinese coin. Nah, that's a 50 cent. Of all the things to find out here. So, don't know whether someone sat down under this tree one bright summer's day and lost their coin, but it's 2006, so it's not that old. Anyway, 50 cent. Wasn't really expecting that, but we'll take it, and we'll see if there's anything else under here. If they spilt one, they might have spilt a few. Here's where I got the 50 cent. I've got a 16 here, so is this going to be a 20 cent? Not very far down. And I can already see that in there. And that is going to be a 20 cent. So I didn't expect to find some change out here, but you just never know. Well, got another 16 not far from where I got that other one. So I reckon there's another 20 waiting for us here. I reckon I'll just, there we go, that was right near the other one actually. The other one was just here, so another 20 cent. And 2006 again, same as the 50 cent. So gee, we might become millionaires under this tree, yep. So well, I'll leave you on this time, although there may not be anything else, but I'll just give another swing around. Well, we may have cleared it out. So anyway, I think we got them all. Hang on. Is that going to be another 20 cent? 16. It's the right number. What were they doing under this tree? I reckon we'll be just here. Maybe a bit deeper. And I'll get my shovel and give this a little diggeroo and see if we've got another 20 cent. And I've already seen it. It is right there. And it is another 20 cent, but it's 1970. So that is absolutely amazing. So put that one in the bag, and I'll just move my shovel, and we're gonna go around this tree again. Maybe we've got them all this time. Maybe. Well, I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm gonna go get something to eat soon, but I'm just poking around and it's really hard to see with the grass, but there's big long beds that run up here, so we're right in the middle of the garden. Oh, what's that? That'd be $2. So, dearie me, we're finding all the modern stuff out here. 1999. Right on top of the ground. So, as you can see, I've been digging lots of rubbish, all that copper wire and stuff. So, you know, it's all been good signals, but it's just been rubbish. So anyway, we got $2 for our effort, so have a bit more of a poke around and see if we can uncover anything else. But other than that, we'll probably go and get some lunch soon. A few good numbers here. As I said, this grass makes it really hard to see, but there is a bank running along here, so maybe a garden bed. What is that? Piece of melted metal of some description, and I reckon it'll be a signal. Now, as you can see, I'm in Peppercornville. There is just peppercorns everywhere around here. And there used to be a brick kiln down the hill there, well, where they dug it out for the clay and that, so, and I'm thinking after that closed they dumped rubbish here or something, because there's just rubbish everywhere. So, you know, chattery rubbish, glass, all that sort of stuff. Had a 20 here, you know, I wasn't super confident. It's a bit of crockery and glass and stuff coming out, but can you see that? I think we have got a penny, and I wouldn't be surprised, sorry, I've got you zoomed in still, I wouldn't be surprised if that's Britannia coming in at those low numbers. So you know, I was hanging out for a coin, I mean an old coin, so I'll give that a clean and be right back. Well, she's sort of got gunge sticking to her like anything, but she's actually in quite nice condition, and you know, just got to get that off, so it's just, you know, caked on there. 1866, but look at the detail on that coin. I mean, I know it's dirty, but you know, you can see a little boat there, a ship, and anyway, it's a beautiful colour under that dirt, and I don't reckon she's too worn. So there we've got Queen Victoria. Look at the detail in that hair. you know, that's a nice coin. So we've just got to get all this caked on stuff off. But anyway, I won't, you know, muck around with it too much now, but that is a beautiful coin. So absolutely brilliant. 1866. Now there's where I got the penny, and you know, there's a scratchy signals around everywhere, so I'm sort of giving this area a bit of a go over that. And you know, there's bits of old glass, but as I said, there's been rubbish dumped here, so you know, there's kind of stuff everywhere. Had another 20 here just under the surface, and no, it's not a ring as such, it's a ring pull. So little brass one. So I don't know what that was off, but off something. Hang it up. Anyway, now there's where I got the penny, and I've sort of done up and down, up that way, and I've come back this way, and you know, had a bit of a look out there, come out here, had an 1819 here, and we've flicked out that one. So I've no doubt that'll be a Britannia halfpenny coming in at those numbers. And see if we can squeeze a date out of him. 190, gonna say 7, I think that is. There, 1907. So that will be Edward the 7th. I can just make him out there, I think. But anyway, we won't worry about cleaning that one up now. We'll show you a bit later. But anyway, 1907. So brilliant. There was another coin in this area. So let's see what else is here. Out of that hole, I've got a 23, and it is in here somewhere. So let's see what it is. Ooh, I like the look of that. I like the look of that. I like the look of that indeed. I think we've got a sixpence. So just over there is where I got the penny and the halfpenny behind that peppercorn. So we've got that one, and it is silver. So it looks pretty worn, but we'll see if we can get anything off this one. Pry it off its little resting place there. Can get it back in the hole, and I will give that a clean and we'll be right back. So back in a tick. My phone's nearly out of battery, so we may end in tears, but hard to see there. I can get in a bit of lighting. On that side we have absolutely nothing. Smooth as a, you know, smooth as anything. However, on this side we have absolutely nothing again. So that is a sixpence, I do believe, but she is worn off the map. You know, I cannot see a single, you know, single detail on that. She's worn off the map. So we've got ourselves a sixpence. So I'm nearly going to guess it's a Victoria, or maybe even earlier, but we don't know. So it is a sixpence, so we've got to be happy with that one. Well, I'm walking back to the car through all this jungle of peppercorns and long grass, and you know, it's quite a jungle in here. But anyway, had a 25 down here, and I reckon it'll be just a bottle cap. However, I did pull out that, which has got the glass cork still in it. So that's rather cool. I never found one with the cork still in it. There we go. So we might take that cork. Don't know why, but anyway. And it's still got the, don't know how much you can see there, it's still got the actual cork in there. So anyway, that's rather cool. So crumbling away of course, but there we go. So I'll see what our 25 was in here, but I reckon it'll be a bottle cap or not. That'll be it. That's a clock or a watch workings. So anyway, as I said, there's sort of rubbish everywhere here, but there we go. Well, my phone died, and this was the last thing I found on the way back to the car, and it is a little locket, so, you know, not a bad find. It's still got a little piece of the chain in there, and I'd say it's made out of brass, and I'd nearly say it's been burnt, just looking at that. So she's a little bit fragile and sort of an interesting pattern. It's sort of got a fake screw in the middle there, and there is a bit of patterning around in that groove there. So I'll have to see if I can get that one open and see if there's anything inside. I'm guessing it's only going to be dirt in there, but anyway, we'll have a look and see if we can get it open without destroying it completely. You know, hopefully if we gently tease her open, we'll get her open without breaking anything. So I'll show you some photos of that when I get it open, but anyway,